we have learned a lot about the direction and the ideas for the DCEU over the course of the last few years due to various people attached with all sorts of projects that were either canceled or are finally coming out or have come out before the DCEU is over. The latest has been a lot that's been said by David S. Goyer, who worked on Man of Steel and Batman v Superman, and he reveals that at one point, WB and DC sat everybody down and told them the 20 projects that they were going to be announcing. Except the twist with this is, there was no direction, plan, or anything in mind in terms of how they were going to actually deliver. They just wanted it to be done. So for those that don't remember, let me quickly refresh your mind. This was the DCEU slate that was announced when Batman v Superman was announced. I remember it like it was yesterday, the rise of the DCEU fandom, which at some point I want to make a video on that. That's going to be rather controversial, but hey, let me know if you guys want that. It's going to be somewhat of a longer video, and I'm going to get into a lot of nitty-gritty details. I've been working on some notes on that, so if you guys really want it, I'll work on it and I'll get that out. But yeah, this was the slate. Just by looking at it, you see that there's already plenty of problems here, but you know, they got plenty of projects out at least, although there's quite a few ones that you scratch your head at and go, what was the idea here? Well, that's what David S. Goyer revealed. There was no idea. He further confirms what Zack Snyder said when this was announced. They literally told them to announce all this without any idea of what would happen at that one San Diego Comic-Con, and they were all looking at each other going, what? How? How are we going to do this? There's no scripts. There's no ideas here. We haven't even started to build out this universe, and they just told them, go out there and do it. We'll figure it out. Well, he reveals, beyond this, he confirms that there was at least another 10 projects in development at this time, and he said this was TV and film. Now, I'm going to go on a limb and say that this is probably part of that whole Justice League Dark universe that they were trying to, in tandem, spin off with this and incorporate it. The DC Universe live-action universe started as part of the DCEU, but then different voices and owners said, nope, we want our own thing, so they spun that off into the DCU on DC TV. You just start to understand that nobody at WB and the DCEU had any idea of what they wanted, and that's ultimately what doomed everything by the end, and now we're seeing what we're seeing and a reboot, and it's unfortunate because we could have had something. We really could have. But it's all in the past now, so there's no point on dwelling on it, I guess. Again, if you guys want a long format video on what I think about the DCEU from a fandom perspective, let me know. It's going to be a long one. It's going to upset some people, but boy, is there a lot to say, because I think by the time that video ends, especially with some of the notes I've taken, I think many of you will agree with what I say.